one.
Today we will cover about a mechanism in which scheduling of the jobs. Okay, scheduling of the jobs via cron is one of the most frequently used activity by a DBA. The requirement is that, say, the need is that, say, assume that you wanted to take a backup of your database, or backup of any location to some other, or you wanted to periodically delete the files which are say 5 days older. Okay, so meanwhile I wanted to give you an assignment today. The assignment is something like this. Say I want to find out the list of files which are created 2 days back. You got me?
Okay.
The question is that you have to list out the files which are created, say 2 days back, in a specific folder, say in folder temp. Which are the files that has been created 2 days back? So once, like say, your requirement is that say you wanted to periodically delete all the files. So you have decided, or your company has a policy where in which all the files which are 5 days older or maybe 1 month older files will be deleted from the directory. Okay, so that means this command has to be executed almost every day. So one mechanism is one method is that you create a shell script and you execute that shell script on that particular interval of time. Okay. The second method is that you write a program for a shell script and then schedule that script so that it will get executed exactly at that particular point of time.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah. And apart from deleting files, what other useful things are there, like using the cron job? What other things can we do?
See, using the cron job, the use of the cron job is extensive. Whatever you can do, say, cron job, you must think that it is not specific for a particular task.
Yeah, okay? Yeah, right. No, like in general, real world.
In general world, say, as I explained earlier, you wanted to find out the file system growth. Say a file system, a mount point called data. So what is that mount points growth, say, every week?
Okay.
Every Monday I wanted to get a report on the file system growth so that I can do the cleanup. So you have to do that activity on Monday, say you decide at a time of, say, at 6 p.m. So you don't have to sit in front of the system and do it at exactly 6 p.m. Rather, you will schedule the job and the job will be executed at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So anything the sky is the limit. So anything you are wanted to do periodically, and anything that you wanted to do it via a script can be written to a script and it can be executed from the cron at a specific interval.
So this is a scheduler, right? Cron job is
it's a scheduler. Okay. Yeah, it's a scheduler.
Okay.
Fine. So we'll see the man page of cron. So cron is the process which is doing, but this process is like that. There is a process called cron. Okay, PSF and EF pipe grip. Okay, you can see that there is a process called cron D. Can you see this? Okay, cron D, you can see that this is process. This is started by the root process. So this is a, can you say that cron D is a cron daemon or cron process. This is the guy who is responsible for scheduling the jobs. Okay, so the first thing is that the cron D process should be up and running. First thing. Second thing, there is an entry known as the cron.allow. A file is there, a cron.allow in the etc folder, like ls. You may not be getting as a normal user, but still will see. Yeah, in the etc folder, if you're just going to etc file folder and put a cron. Okay, you can see that there is a file called cron.allow and cron.deny. Okay, you can see this one cron.deny. That means suppose by default the cron job is available for all the users. You got me?
Okay.
But due to some reason, an operating system administrator thinks that this particular user doesn't require a cron or doesn't require the privilege to run the cron. In that case, his entry can be added to etc.cron.deny. You can see that this file got read-write permission only for the root user. All others got only the read privilege.
Okay.
Am I clear?
Yeah.
Pavitra, how about you?
No.
Sure.
So for other users to get the permission, I can define in crontab.
Yeah, suppose if you are the thing is that if you are using the cron.deny, it's always better to use the cron.allow. But the cron.allow will not be available normally. So that means all the users has the permission to run the cron job. Is that clear?
So, but where we can define for other users?
That's it. By default, that user for every user it is available. Okay. So if you wanted to deny for a user, you use the cron. This is not cron.deny file.
Yeah, it is a root.
But that has to be. Yeah, but that has to be done as a root user.
Yeah,
okay. And then you can see that there is one file called etc/crontab. Okay, so you can see that etc/cron tab. Here it is contains 4 parts. That is hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. That means cron got a schedule for running a job hourly. Okay, running a job daily, running a particular job weekly, or running a job monthly. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Say if you're looking at this example, okay. Say it is telling that if you just see this part, okay. Let's take the first one. So you can see so many stars there. Totally 5 stars there. Okay. Now here the 01 stands for the first hour. Okay. The next star stands for the day. This is starts for the minute, and this is starts for the hour. This is stands for the week of the day, and this is starts for the year of the day. So I'll explain to that one. So basically, you can see that it can run on a particular minute, it can run on a particular hour, it can run on a particular day of the week, it can run on a specific day. So all the possibilities of you running a job is available with the cron. Fine. And the cron, if a user wants to run a cron job, first thing, the cron daemon should be up and running, and then there is a by default a user called a file called the crontab, and the entry should be there in the crontab file. How you can enter or how as a user how you can get a information about the existing cron job is that he has to issue a command crontab-l. Okay, so here you can see that there is no crontab for the user test1. There is no crontab created for him. So now what you have to do that if you wanted to edit, you have to enter the command crontab-e. Stands for edit. Okay, so this is just will open on the on your VA editor. There you can specify a job. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's take a small example. Pavitra, is that clear for you?
Yes, really.
Okay. So let's try the man of crontab to explain you how it is. Okay. So you are able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here you can see that an example format of the cron job. Okay. So the cron job consists of basically, here you can see that normally it consists of 5 star and a command. Okay. So the first star stands for the
Vimal, the
minute.
font size is very small, so it's very difficult to see this.
Okay. Don't worry. 1 second. I'll paste to a notepad. Okay, so you can see that a cron job consists of, and one more format I'll be putting. So this is the example. Okay, so a typical cron job consists of 5 star and a command. So these 5 stars are representing the minute, the hour, day of the month of the year, and day of the week. Did you get me?
Yeah.
And then the command. So, for example, if you wanted to run a particular script every 5 minutes, okay, then what you will do that you will be replacing the first star with that minute, which means throughout the year, that is 365 days, every 5th minute of the hour, this command will get executed.
Okay.
Is that clear, Pavitra?
Yes, Vimal.
Yeah. Suppose if my requirement is that every Monday this command has to be executed. In that case, we have to rewrite this command in such a way that, say, every Monday, say exactly midnight, I wanted to run. Okay. So, day of the week. Day starts with the Sunday. 0 stands for Sunday. Sunday, 0, 1 Monday, like that it goes. So my requirement is that every Monday this command has to execute it. So I'll put as a 2. Part time I want to execute it. I want to execute it on, say, if you are giving everything 0, it will be like a 0th hour, 0th minute. That means midnight it will be start. Suppose if my requirement is start at 1, 5, it has to execute. Then every Monday at 1 hour, 5 minutes, this command will get executed.
You have given Sunday to 0 to 6.
Yeah, so
it should be 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right, correct. Fine. Yeah. If you understand this concept, then everything like you can manage the cron job. Right. Okay. And another thing is that when you are writing the cron job, the cron is going to execute from like say from the shell itself. So you need to specify all the complete path for all the commands. For example, if you wanted to run a shell script, then you have to give the complete path of the shell script. Okay. So what we'll do that? We'll write a small shell script. Okay. So what I want to do is that I'll write a shell script, say pwd, okay, vi size.sh. Okay, what I'll do that, df-h greater than slash home slash test1 slash size dot log. Okay, what my requirement is that when this command will be telling me what is the output of df-h. There is a disk free space output to a file called size.log. Make sense?
Yeah.
Then chmod 755. I want everybody to execute size.sh. Okay. To test our command, we'll just execute sh size.sh. It should be giving us the output. That's our requirement. Now vi size.log. Okay, the output came. Fine. So the command is executing. So first point, you have to make sure that your shell script is working fine. If shell script is wrong, then it is going to fail. If the shell script is not working when normally executing, it is definitely that it will be failing during the time of your execution as well, or during the time of the cron as well. Clear?
Yeah.
Now cron, and we'll find out what's the current time. Okay, current time is 12:15. So crontab tab -e. Okay, we wanted to execute at say 17 minutes, 12 o'clock. Then star. That means this command is going to execute at 12:17. Okay, on all the days. Then what do we want? /home, or I can say give sh /home/test1/size.sh. Fine. The script what we are you don't have to really give the sh here. You can just omit that part. Now save this. Okay. If your cron tab is successful, it will be telling that installing a new cron tab. We'll verify the date part. It's going to be executed now. Now, if you wanted to list the cron tab details, you can just issue the command cron tab -l. Okay, date. It's now let's see what is the output of our file. Cat size.log. You can see that it is the second output is here. Earlier it was having only one output. The new output is being added here. Is that clear?
Yeah. So you have executed crontab e. So crontab e is the command to run the job.
No. Crontab E is for editing a cron tab. Suppose if we now say my requirement is that I wanted to execute this at say 12:20. Okay. So let me first remove the size.log file. So what I want is that I want to change the time or interval at which the cron tab is executing. So I'm giving crontab -e. That's my edit.
Okay.
Okay. Then I am going to change my time. From 17 minutes I'm going to change it to 20 minutes. Saving it. Okay. So when a cron tab is edited, it is going to execute a new cron tab. Or it's not say installing a new cron tab. This new cron tab will get executed exactly at 12:20. It's 12:18. So maybe in another 1.5 minutes is going to get executed.
Okay.
So this is the concept of cron tab. Say cron tab, you are specifying the intervals on minute, hour, daily basis, or weekly basis, or in a month of the year basis. Then you are specifying a script to execute. And then if you wanted to capture the output of that script execution, you can capture to a log file as well. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So suppose now let's say it would have got executed. Yeah, no, another few minutes, few seconds. Let's have an here. We don't have the size.log file here, so
size.sh.
Size.sh is a script.
Right.
If that script executes,
Then
it is going to create a size. The log file will be created. Yes. Now, a size.log file is created. That means our script is executed successfully. Okay. So now suppose if you wanted to modify a cron tab, it's always a better option that you change or you take a backup of the cron tab before you making any modification, so that even if you unknowingly or accidentally deleted something, you will be always have a backup. So how you can take a backup of the cron tab? Issue the command cron tab -l, which is going to list here. This you can write it to some file, say cron dot back. You got it? Now if I am issuing the command cat cron dot back, you are going to get the backup of the cron job. Is that clear? Yeah. And say now if you have a backup file is there, you will be able to run that cron tab from that backup file. For example, say I'm changing my cron.back to run, say I don't want to run it on 12 o'clock. I wanted to run it on, I want to run it on 1 o'clock. Okay, but this I have not modified on my cron tab. Rather, this modification has done on my cron.back. You got me?
Okay.
So now I'm going to start my cron job from my backup file. How you can do that? Cron tab space cron.back. Now if I'm issuing the command cron tab -l, you can see that is containing the entries of my backup file or the file from which I started the cron job. Make sense? So one option is that you can issue the command cron tab -e and edit it. Okay, that is a addition on the temporary location. The other one is that you can create a file which contains the entries that is exactly like a cron tab entries, and then redirect the cron tab to start from there. That's what we did by issuing the command cron tab, then the file which contains the cron tab entries.
Okay, so like in real world, cron.back, we use usually like to do any modifications or anything, or to
see it is your convenience. One option that you can just issue the command cron tab -e and modify it.
Okay.
Or
to the,
you can take a
to the original cron tab, not the
original
backup.
cron tab. Yeah. Otherwise, you take a backup and then modify, and then once you're successful, you say you are making sure that you are checking all the syntax and everything, and then you are restarting the cron tab to read from this backup file.
Right. So that
both are internally.
Right.
Yeah, both are internally going to edit the master file only. But how you are editing is the question here. Right. Are you directly editing, or you are updating a backup file and editing? In both the cases, things are going to work.
Okay, but the original cron tab will not affect with the cron.back edition.
Yeah, but once you are issuing the command cron tab space that backup file or the file, then the master file or the original cron tab file will be getting replaced with this new one. Okay. Hereafter, you will not be getting the original file.
Okay.
Fine. Say, for example, if you issue a command cron tab -e, you can see that it is giving an output /temp/cron. See, it is a temporary locations gets edited. So you can say that it's an in-memory edition. Okay. Once you're saving, it is going to install a new cron tab. So that is one option. Second option is that you create a file with the cron tab entries, and then you tell Oracle you tell cron to start using that particular file. In both ways, it's a cron tab entry. Cron tab entry consists of a specific format, and you are starting that format. So from where you are starting, it is up to you.
Okay.
Is that clear?
I'm little confused with
Where is the confusion?
Cron dot back. So
see, cron. No. Say, for example, you have a file is there. Okay. Then you have, say, for example, you have an address is there on your mobile phone, a contact.
Right.
Then what you do is that you keep a copy of that contact information on your laptop. So how you can edit the contact? One option is that you open your mobile phone and edit the contact.
Right.
Right. The other option is that you update on your laptop and then use your syncing program.
Oh.
And then you sync it onto your mobile.
Oh.
So what happens is that mobile's entry will get replaced with the entry which was there in the this one.
Latest.
Yeah. The same concept is applied here.
Okay.
Either you can use the crontab -e and edit it. Otherwise, you edit on the backup file and then start the crontab from the backup file. So the contents of the original crontab will get replaced with the entries on that file from which you started it.
Okay.
Is that clear now?
Right. So while editing cron dot back, it will not mess up the original cron tab basically.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason. That's the reason why we are saying. Suppose if you are wanted to, say you have a set of cron tabs already there, but you decide that you will be changing everything. So when you are taking a backup and editing, you have the flexibility of you can keep on modifying it, so that the current job will not be. Say you have some 5 jobs that has to be executed in this hour. Okay. So if you are editing, then it is a highly risk that you will be accidentally deleting some of the entries, and then your job may not be running. But your requirement is that okay, you will be running that job. Maybe you have enough time. So and by the end of the day, you will finish off the modification, and then you take a backup of the existing cron file. You modify it, and once you are leaving, you start the cron tab from this file.
Right.
So the existing jobs are not affected. There is no worry about you accidentally deleting something. So that is advantage. You have the flexibility.
Right.
Just like as I explained on the with the case of a mobile phone. So in the mobile you will be having contacts. So if something goes wrong with your laptop entry, still you have the contacts available.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Right.
Yeah. So this is the implementation of the crontab, but the use of the crontab is quite vast. Say that all things you will be start practicing it when you are doing a lot of DBA related jobs. When you start going for work, you will be your team may be telling, say, we have to take the backup of this particular user every day midnight. So you will write a shell script, a beautiful shell script where in which you take the backup of that user. Then you use the cron job and you schedule to run it on every day 8 o'clock. So that's the advantage here. Fine?
Yeah.
Cron. There is another utility which is used is at, but the usage of at is very limited and not commonly used. Say at you wanted to run on a specific time. Okay, there is no interval or there is no way that you can schedule it. If you wanted to run a job at exactly at a particular time, okay, that way, like I say, you don't have much flexibility like a cron tab with at. So that is not widely used. The example of that will be say at say like date at 12:32 Friday. Jan. I told it to execute the job at 12:32 Jan 11. Now I'm telling okay. date, EOT. Control and D. Okay, so a job is executed, scheduled to execute at 12:32. So it will just get executed at that particular point of time. It's actually, we have already crossed it, so it will not get executed. You got me? Say, what we specify that at, then the time and the month and the day. So it will prompt, at will prompt as time. So there you give a command, and then to end the command, you just give the control D. So when you are given the control D, it will give output that EOT. So the job will get scheduled and the job will get executed. So what is that? You don't have a flexibility like that of the cron job, like you can edit the interval, you go back and edit the interval, or you can run it on a periodically on this many number of times. This say you wanted to run it on exactly on every Monday. That kind of facility is not there with the AT. Okay, AT is going to execute the script exactly at that particular point of time. If you're looking, you can see the timestamp. That is at 12:30 January 11th. So it is going to execute at that time. It will not execute on January 12th. If you want, then you have to create one more at job. Am I clear?
Right. So, on the same day we can do this. Like suppose if I want to run the job after 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
you can do it. Not only on same day, you can schedule for another future time also, but it will get executed on that particular time. You don't have the flexibility of, say, rerunning the job every time.
Right. So on the same day we can do basically, like using the future time.
Yeah. Future time can be on the same day or it can be on another day also.
But suppose if I give January 12th, it's not gonna run, right?
No, it's going to run. See, you can just add 12:32 Jan 12. You are getting it. So I'm just giving shutdown. Okay, control D. So if it's a super user, then what happens is that it is going to, but it depends upon who execute their command. As a test one user, he don't have the privilege to shut down. But suppose if your requirement is that you wanted to reboot the system tomorrow at say at 12 o'clock. So you just give the command at 12:32 Jan 12th shutdown -R. That means it is going to reboot.
Okay.
The system will go down at that particular time and they come back.
Okay. It's a one-time entry basically.
Yeah, it's a one-time entry basically.
So EOT is end of time.
Yeah, end of time. You don't have to type the end of your time. You just type, once your commands are completed, you just type control D. Then it will be automatically considered the end of the time.
Okay.
It can be, you can specify like it is EOT end of time or end of what. It's up to our convenience. We can give that.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all with the scheduling of cron job. I mean scheduling of the jobs. So it all depends upon how we are going to utilize in the real time. Suppose your requirement is that you wanted to delete a cron job. Okay. You issue the command crontab -e. You delete it. Save this. That's all. The cron job is gone.
Okay.
Fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next class we'll be seeing some of the other miscellaneous commands on Linux environment.